What's up, y'all? Coming in strong. Oh, we got Marshawn already in the place.
What's
That's
up?
what's
What's
up.
up, family?
What's going on, everybody? We are Twin Flames Unite, and we are at it again. And if y'all don't know by now, I'm Chris.
And I'm Leisha.
What
What up?
up?
What's up, family?
We're about to get it in. We're just gonna check the feed, make sure everything's coming through strong, and we're gonna wait for a couple people to jump on in because this is a public service announcement that we need to make, and we go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and recommend right now that we share this video because a lot of our ladies out here are gonna need to hear this.
Yes, because it's real.
It
It's
is
it's
very real in these
it's
streets.
real in the streets, guys. We want you guys to be aware and use your discernment. This is what this video is really going to be about. It's really, I mean, shoot, men too.
Yeah, man, too. Cause this,
It's a lot
yeah,
of people got different agendas, and so we just wanted to make sure that you guys are aware. You know,
mm-hmm.
making sure that you're aware of your surroundings, making sure that you are seeing what is being presented to you, because sometimes we can have what's called selective hearing, selective seeing. You just select what you want to see, and within the illusion, it's already an illusion. So you're selecting upon things that you wish to see, but don't negate the things that are really in front of you.
Yep. Yeah, we're gonna get into it, but just first want to make sure that this connection is good before we dive into everything.
Yeah, we just
Let me
gonna,
refresh this.
we have our sage on deck just to make sure everything is nice and clear. So how is everyone doing today?
All right, so we got a good connection. Let's see how many people we got in the room so far. All right.
Oh,
Cool,
guys,
cool, cool.
let's cleanse the.
All right. All right, y'all. We're gonna get into it this evening. We got a good connection. We got a few people on here. So for the ones who check in late, y'all may have to hit the rewind and go back and watch this in the archives.
It's okay.
But we had to say this, okay? And I'm actually gonna start this out as a story, right? Actually, not even so much a story. This is something that actually happened,
Yeah.
right? Okay. So, recently I had to go to the store, right? I was in AutoZone. I was getting some parts for the car and everything so we can get that together. And while I'm sitting in AutoZone waiting to check out, there are these other three guys that came in and, they were just talking about guy stuff, going out to the club, going to somebody else's house and stuff like that. And then this one guy just was talking about this one girl in particular, and his homeboys was getting on him like, "Oh man, you all loved up with this girl and everything." Like man, no, man, that tax check about to hit on Friday, and I gotta make sure that everything's cool and compensated right now.
Terrible.
And then he went on to mention like, man, she ain't the only one. I got two more. And as soon as them checks run out, I'm gone.
Oh my God.
And I'm sitting here in disbelief. I'm like, I know this Negro is not talking about what TC on Instagram be talking about and
Joking around about.
and K John.
Right. It is true.
Like there are dudes out here that are just getting with these women. Some of them are smart. Like they'll try to get with you.
Maybe in September.
Like October, September. They're gonna be with you. For one, because they know you probably gonna cook and they need a meal.
Right.
And Christmas coming around, they gonna want some gifts and
Cuffing
stuff like
season,
that.
maybe.
But what they're really doing is holding on until tax season. Y'all, and this is what we're gonna get into this evening, is that we want y'all to be aware of these smooth talkers.
Yes.
And being able to see through the BS, the lies.
Right.
Because we don't want y'all out here after you done worked 365 days last year. and now you end up getting a tax refund. And just because you're in your feelings and you think that this dude or this girl is actually for you, then
Why?
you're gonna slide them off a piece of what you got.
And
And it's not even so much just with the taxes, it's just your time, your energy that you put into these relationships. And these people already come in having an agenda, knowing that they're just coming to take and then they're gonna leave.
right.
So yeah, it really put me back because when I'm watching the funny stuff that we like to watch on Instagram, right? We're seeing TC here up here doing these different roles of guys preparing their speech for tax season. You're like, okay, um, what's up, girl? I ain't with her. No, nah, she ain't gonna believe that because I was talking to her last week. Um,
And practicing.
man, I've been with you from the jump, man. Back when you was living in the ghetto. Come on, now help 'em. Nah, they ain't gonna believe that. Like it's funny because we saw him like going through these different stages of guys practicing how to get, and it's the thing they are practicing. They are practicing.
They're not serious. So you gotta know when somebody's taking you for a ride.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it could be, I don't know, maybe women too. I don't know.
Yeah, there's some women that do it too.
But you just got to use your discernment and see what's in front of you. If somebody is showing you who they are, just believe them.
Yeah.
Don't make stuff up. Because, I mean, loneliness can be a bee, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nobody doesn't want to, we don't want to be alone. I mean, the human is not designed to really be alone. We're not solitary creatures by nature.
No.
So you're going to want to be with somebody. You're going to want to have a relationship with somebody. That's natural and that's normal.
Right.
But you have to use your discernment. And you have to really look at the telltale signs. You have to really know when you can trust somebody.
Mm-hmm.
The signs are all there.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that we choose to see what we want to see.
Exactly.
And not what's being presented. Because sometimes we could be lonely.
Mm-hmm.
But you gotta be you have to be more aware
Yeah.
and love yourself. That's right, Marshawn. The first love is self-love. So you have to love yourself enough to know that, hey, it's okay for me to be by myself for this period of time. Maybe I need to. Maybe I need to spend time with myself.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I do need to take this whole $8,000 in my tax return and spend it on me and my children.
Right.
Maybe, just maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. You got to think of, and you know what? It's um when we say if somebody tells you who they are, believe them. But in this particular situation, there are what we call snakes in suits.
Yeah, that's a good terminology right there.
There are people out there that are professionals at this.
Very good.
If they were to audition for a movie, they probably would get it.
Win the role.
Okay, because they know how to play the role of manipulating people into getting what they want. So, how do you see past this? Right?
Good question.
Okay. So, for one, first things first is connecting with your intuition. Because you know in your heart of hearts that this person, and excuse my French, I'm gonna give y'all a heads up. Y'all know that this person ain't shit.
Oh boy.
They weren't shit last year, and they still ain't gonna be shit now.
Yeah, you gotta pay attention, guys. You really gotta pay attention.
Right.
If somebody's just coming in maybe December, maybe right after Christmas, and all of a sudden they're trying to be nice and they're trying to do stuff, you gotta really just take heed. Give it until maybe after April and see if they still want to hang around. Maybe.
Right. You know what? And if you that saying, I don't know if it's so much a saying, but you know how when people come up, when they get that windfall, Like they get the cousins that come out of the
Right.
woodwork, right? So if you want to see if somebody is truly for you,
Mm-hmm.
then if they ask you for something, tell them no and
Yes.
watch and see what
And see
happens.
what happens.
Because if they really for you, then it won't phase them.
Mm-hmm.
But if you say no and they get all up and, you
Right.
know, nah, then you know who they really are.
Yeah, you see the true colors.
Because sometimes you really can't take people at face value because there really are people out there that are trained manipulators.
Boy.
And a lot of you all have come in contact with it. One person just said that their twin flame does it and he's married.
Ooh.
You know, so
See, we're not lying. We are not lying.
you really sometimes you got to put your feelings aside
Mm-hmm.
and really look at the situation for what it is. Now, if this person truly loves you, then the things that they do to show that they love you is not attached to material things. It's
Right.
not attached to what they can do for you.
Mm-hmm.
It's because they really love and appreciate who you are in your hearts of hearts.
Right.
You know,
You gotta look for those things. Those are just some key things to look for.
yeah. And okay, so for one, trust in your intuition.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're really connected with yourself and you know that your intuition is really helping and guiding you, then trust that. Now, if you're having some issues with actually trusting that intuition, get into some meditation,
Mm-hmm.
do some detoxing, do some clearing out, do what you got to do so that you really get in tune with your intuition and make sure that
Mm-hmm.
this person is for you.
Right.
Now, if you decide to partake in the tomfoolery, just make sure that you're fully aware that it's tomfoolery.
Yeah, I mean, we all have our free will. If this is something that you want to do, go ahead and do it. But I would advise that don't share your financial endeavors with someone that you might be just getting into, a relationship with, or somebody who's coming around for the second time or fifth time. Keep your financial situation to yourself. If
Yes.
they ask you about, how much you get paid or how much you getting back in taxes, just politely decline to discuss that. Just find a way to just not discuss it, because it's really none of their business, to be honest with you.
Mm-mm.
If somebody is inquiring about how much you get paid or how much you're getting back on your taxes, that's one of the red flags
Yeah.
right there, especially if you just got into a relationship. Or they might come
Mm-hmm.
with some kind of sad story right when tax season it hits. They got a sad story for you.
Mm-hmm.
Um, hey, just pay attention to those things.
Mm-hmm.
What
Yep. Or past hurts talking about they use it against you. Yeah. See, you got to watch this stuff. Now, okay. So number one is connected with your intuition, right? The second thing is recognizing the patterns. Okay, because if if you know that you've been dealing with John, and John is in a marriage,
Mm,
but
wow.
John only wants to come around when they know either you got the kids out somewhere else,
Mm,
or if they know that you're about to get paid. I mean, everybody know tax season around. They want to come around and see if you got any. And once again, this goes above even just the financial.
yeah,
This is understanding that giving out your time and energy is something that's precious.
it is.
And you don't just give it away. You don't throw pearls among swine, right? So,
I mean, it's not funny, but somebody just said, or come April Fool's Day, they have done made a fool out of you.
that's it.
April the 1st. I mean, that's right around when the tax season ends. So April the
Yeah.
1st will be a good day for them to make their exit. And then
Mm-hmm.
they have the better laugh. So we don't want to get caught up in situations like that. And that's why we just wanted to really come on here and share this, because maybe this message might come in time
Hopefully, it comes in time.
to, to help someone to realize
Yeah.
that they are being fooled.
Yeah.
you know.
Because in the end, you just gonna have heartbreak and all this stuff when you know that you saw the red flags.
Yeah,
And you know, we actually did a video about the red flags a couple of
we
months
did.
ago,
We did do one.
and hopefully a lot of people took heed to that. Oh yeah, April 1st is
Yeah,
normally like April Fools.
that's
Yeah,
April Fool's Day, April the 1st. And taxes, the 15th, I think, is the last day to
yeah.
send in your taxes. So, I mean, guys, you just be mindful because I feel really bad for those three young ladies that that man was talking about in AutoZone. I feel so bad for them because they probably don't have any idea that that's what this guy is doing.
They
Like, he,
probably. And if I knew who the young lady was, I would put him on blast. I really would. But I don't know who he's talking about, but I know he's got three women on the hook that he's planning on doing this to. I'm like, golly.
oh,
My brother.
wow. Look, she see, that's what I'm saying. It could be man or woman.
Yep, man or
It
woman.
isn't. This is not just geared towards just men. It's anybody. It's people out there that just do crazy stuff.
Yeah, and that Snakes and Suits is actually a book that I would recommend anybody to read because there are, like we talked about before, there are people out here that have an agenda to do bad.
Yeah.
And they're trying to get brownie points for doing bad. And so they've learned how to camouflage themselves as somebody who's normal, somebody
Right.
who has it together, but they pretty.
Really sad. We really needed to share this information. Tyler said she's just sneaking a peek at work. Tyler, we just talking about these smooth talkers that's out here who would say and do anything just to get you to spend your maybe your money on them or try to get you to do something for them. Just use your discernment out here in these streets
Yeah.
because it's real in these streets. There are people out here who would plot on you and they would laugh about you behind your back. And the sad thing is, they're not just plotted on you per se, it's just something that they do. So it'll be you and a couple others.
Yeah, it's not anything personal.
It's, I mean, yeah, at the end of the day, it's not personally against you. It's just what they do, and it's just the name of the game. Unfortunately, we just want people to just use your discernment and be aware of signs and red flags and follow your intuition. Our intuition never lies to us. If you can think back in the past as to when you made a decision that you're not so happy with now, 9 times out of 10, you would say, I should have followed my first mind, or I should have went with my instinct,
Yep.
and you went against it. So follow it a little bit more. It'll
Yeah.
lead you to the truth.
Yeah, yeah. And you know, I'm so glad that you just said that because, you know, all of our decisions they birth our future, right?
Oh yeah.
And just like we were talking with the kids a moment ago about how their grandmother got into the house, and you know, she pretty much said that God did this for her, but we know what that is. Because what really happened is that this person decided, oh, my credit was crap, so let me go ahead and let me start paying my bills on time.
Right.
Let me start doing activities that would contribute towards my credit score going up. Now, since I don't have $300,000 to put down to buy a house, let me go ahead and apply for this loan and get approved on my good credit so that I can then purchase this house. So there are a number of things that led up to an individual buying their house.
Exactly.
And they knew that if they didn't pay their bill, then their credit score is going to go down and their possibility of owning a home or renting a home, really, because
Right.
you're still not owning it. If you're paying a mortgage, you're not owning it. Little secret if you didn't know. If you're paying a mortgage, you do not own that house. But that's aside. But there are things that happen along the way that are going to send off a red flag as to whether or not you're on your path or not. And when you're dealing with individuals, depending on what you're trying to get accomplished, they're going to send off a red flag that's going to let you know that whether or not what they're doing is going to help you or hurt you.
Right. You just have to pay attention. When somebody is showing you something, guys, again, believe them. Don't make stuff up for them because of this thing called loneliness. You know, it's just go
Well,
ahead and follow that intuition.
yeah, and I don't know why it's bugging me when you saying believe what they're showing, but I think the thing is if you see a trait that you know is a red flag, believe it.
Believe that it is a red flag. That's it. It's a red flag.
Don't make it something else that is not. Don't think that, oh, they're doing this, and I foresee this in the future, that if I help them do this, even though it may seem messed up right now, down the line they're gonna help me. No, boo boo.
No.
They're not.
And this is repeating patterns. Like this is how we get stuck.
Bird box of love.
Bam. Who said that? Marshawn?
No, Miss Mystical.
It's mystical. That's a true definition of bird box love.
Right.
You don't want to be in a situation where you're in bird box love. It's a trap. You don't want that. You want to be able to see what you're doing. You want to rise in love. You don't want to do this whole thing with falling in love because you might get hurt. You want to rise into these situations, right? Know what you're doing.
Yeah, and that was part of the reason why, and to be honest, I really felt strongly on doing this one, right? Because I really don't like seeing people being taken advantage of. I think your Libra side is rubbing off on me.
Yeah. You Libra too. You Libra moon.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I just really hate to see that injustice going on when if people would just open their eyes and stop bird boxing this thing, they could see the dangers that's coming around the corner.
It's really sad. It's super sad because I've had someone take my entire tax check before, and it's not a good feeling, especially when you have kids to take care of. I'm not gonna name names on as to who did it because it doesn't even matter. But I was just so naive, and it was just someone that that I thought I could trust. I mean, this person and I went to high school together. I've known this person since I was 12 years old. High school, okay? Like, it's crazy. There are people out here, and you just have to know these things. And I knew. I knew the type of person that I was dealing with. But I was just naive. And that's just the only thing. It's just when you're naive. I mean, they took my W-2s. They didn't even work. Stole my W-2s. Went to their dad. Let their talk about, oh, my dad could do your taxes. I'm like, okay. And knowing that I can find a professional to do it. So, oh, my dad know how to do taxes. He'll do it for you. I was like, okay. Took my W-2s, went, got the taxes done. And then what he did was he let his dad deposit my returns into his bank account. My whole tax return. So there are people out there that are very, very diabolical, and they'll just do anything. And some of them don't even have any regrets.
None at all.
No regrets. And you just have to pay attention.
Right.
And you know somebody is just, I'm going to just say, they're just no good.
They're just up to no good.
You just know this person ain't no good.
Yeah. Like, especially when other, you know what, hold on, let me take a pause here for a second because I know that this type of video is really not what we normally do.
Right.
Because, we try to keep things upbeat and things of that nature. But sometimes we got to hit you with a little dose of reality.
Yes.
Okay?
Got to have balance.
We got to hit you with some truth because we wouldn't be of service without providing truth. And thank you so much. Wow, thank you so much for the donation. That is awesome.
Who's that? Kirk?
Kirk.
Thank you so
Kirk,
much,
you are awesome.
That is wonderful.
Yeah, we're gonna pull some cards for Kirk, even if you don't want it. We're gonna
Got you, Kirk.
But no, let me don't do that because we ain't gonna go against your go against your higher self. So if you do want us to pull a card for you, Kirk, definitely let us know. But thank you so much for the donation.
That was
just awesome. But what was I saying? Dang, they got me off track. But we wanted to put this information out to really help uplift our people.
Yes.
Because if we see something coming around the corner that's not going to be beneficial for you, I mean, we built a connection with y'all over
Yeah.
these past 2 years.
Yeah.
And once again, thank you all for all the subscribers for us hitting that 5,000 mark.
Guys, we have
That is
5,000 subscribers.
that is so dope that we are over 5,000 subscribers. Now we're gonna go to our next milestone and hit 10.
10,000.
Yes, but you know that's part of the responsibility that we have as being a part of y'all's lives, because it's like um, when you're dealing with someone on this level the way that we are, it is our responsibility to not hurt y'all more than what
Right.
you've already been hurt, but to help build you up and help you to become a better person so that you can then go out and affect other people to help
Right.
raise their vibration. We're trying to do a domino effect here. We're
Right.
trying to do each one teach one type thing here. You know?
Maybe you might have a cousin, maybe you might have a brother, maybe you might have a sister or somebody, and you're seeing these red flags, you know, and sometimes it's kind of hard to share things that you're seeing with people who are blinded. Like they're just blinded in what they perceive to be love, right? And so you try to tell them, hey, you know what, sis, nah, don't do that, no, sis, or
Right.
bro, what are you doing? Are you crazy? But the bird box is there.
Yeah.
It's clouding their mind, but you know you still want to go ahead and at least you know you did your part, right? You kind of brought it to the forefront. Can't see. Who's that?
I don't know what she meant by that, but it's all good.
She can't see. You can't. What you can't see, Marshawn? Marshawn, you can't see us around the corner.
But yeah, and one of the other reasons why we definitely wanted to touch on this subject, like I said before, it's more than just money, right? Because what we've seen throughout our journey on people that's with their twin flames.
Oh, Salma said, remind her. She said the tail end of what she heard reminds her of her stepdad, and like Michelle Obama says, when they go low, you go high. That's right. That's exactly right.
Yeah, but you know, the reason why we wanted to bring this out is that because, like we said, it's more than money. It's more about giving your time and energy.
Yes.
And when it comes to the twin flame community, and we've seen it time and time again, how so many people get caught up in the feelings or the possibility of a twin flame connection, thinking that it's going to be this all spectacular and just rainbows and sunshines.
Yeah.
That they will have, what would you call it, as far as not seeing what it really is, accepting what it really is. I don't know why.
What, smokes and mirrors?
Yeah, smokes and mirrors. Like they can't see past the smokes and mirrors to understand that this person is playing them. And some of these guys out here know about twin flames.
They know about this stuff, and they will say anything, anything. They'll probably come to you. Listen, I'm your twin flame, or you know, all this kind of crazy drama, and then you're probably like, oh, looking for my twin flame. They might be on your feed, on your Facebook, or on your Instagram. They might see you posting stuff about spirituality. They might see you posting stuff about, I'm looking for my twin flame. Like, people out here, okay?
And then they slide, and you just wondering why they slide
Right.
into your DM.
Slide into your DM.
Boy.
And they probably gonna study you. Like, you know, they know where you hang out. They know what you like to eat. They might come, oh, I like to eat this. And you're like, oh, me too. And then you might start finding a whole bunch of similarities with this person.
And then you think it's a twin flame because y'all got similarities. No. That's just somebody who studied you.
Come on.
And found an Achilles heel for
Right.
you and using that as a way to get into your heart.
Come on, sisters and brothers.
Now, I remember early on when we started our twin flame journey or finding out about twin flames, one of the things that really appalled me was that there was this one guy who was teaching about twin flames and was telling everybody that he has multiple twin flames. but he was just using that as a way of promoting his what do you call it, polygamy?
Polygamy.
Polygamy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was just finding a way to promote that and get more wives.
Yeah.
Saying that all these different wives were his twin flame. Like, no, they were not all his twin flame. They were just women that got hooked into the whole scenario of this
Yeah.
twin flame thing. And that's why a lot of people out here still have the notion that you can have more than one twin flame.
Yeah.
But if you look into the whole science behind this, when you look into the quantum entanglement of everything, it's really just one atom that was split off into two atoms. And even when you look at the science of this, of course, okay, so the one atom was a spear, right? But when it splits, it doesn't stay like one half of this spear here, one half of this spear here. No, it makes one whole spear. So it's not half of a spear, it's a whole of a spear, even after they split, because they're together, whole like this, and when they split, they make another whole. So that's what this whole twin flame thing is. It's not multiple things that's coming out of this one expansion that happens. So when it comes to twin flames, I'm just going to say this now. It's only one twin flame for you. There are not multiple twin flames that are out there.
Somebody said that they emailed us about the stuff
What are you looking at?
right here.
Oh yeah, Kurt. Yeah, I got that email coming to you. I just saw that yesterday, I believe, but we were like on our way coming back from Atlanta, so I haven't had a chance to respond on that yet. And of course, we got a whole bunch of things, but that email is coming to you, Kirk, about the rest of that information. So, and also once again, thank you for that donation. Let's see, I was the one who emailed you.
Yeah,
Right, okay.
that's Kirk. We got you, Kirk. And if
Yep.
anyone else here, we get a lot of emails, guys.
We get a lot of emails.
Get a lot of emails, a lot of messages, a lot of comments. And right now we don't have like someone that handles our email and our social our social network right now. We kind of do it between both of us. So sometimes it could take us a little longer to respond to like the email. Plus yesterday, the day before, we were out celebrating my baby's birthday. So we kind of took just a tiny little bit of break just to enjoy his Earth Strong Day. So that might be why we're lagging a little behind. But and plus today we had a session with this wonderful young lady.
Oh, that was so awesome.
She was-
Actually, it was two individuals
Two,
because we
yeah,
had
the baby.
we had her and we had the baby
Yeah.
on the line. The baby was just
Yeah, baby was so cute. But yeah, she's a wonderful young lady out of Ghana, but lives in London. She was just such a beautiful soul. One of the definitely here to do work with Planet Earth and helping to change this paradigm and help with this shift, and just doing what she does and really just being divinely guided. But just wonderful soul. And
yeah. Now, Salma just posted something here, which we can touch on real quick. And she said, I do follow a YouTuber I trust, but she believes if the original twin flame doesn't show up ready, the universe will provide soul flames as true love alternatives. Do you have any thoughts on that?
she said,
I guess as far as the terminology, I would say, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, baby, that I would say that that's more of a soulmate.
maybe that's what she means.
It's just different. It's so many different terminologies for like soulmate, soul flame, or
whatever they want to call it.
They put different
It's just
names.
it's a terminology.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like people have different ways of tomato, but it's the same thing. They just have different swings on it. Even the word twin flame is just the terminology that they put on the actual thing or the actual experience. But at the bottom line, I guess what she's trying to say is with the twin flame dynamic, as you guys already know, it's not it doesn't mean that because you're twin flame, you both incarnate at the same time. It doesn't necessarily mean that you are supposed to be in a romantic setting together in this particular lifetime. Okay, maybe that's not what you're here to do in this lifetime. You might be here to maybe open up a hospital or animal clinic, or you might be here to change something specific. And in doing that, it might not require you to be in a romantic relationship, because we
Right.
know of a twin flame, she's not with her twin flame. She's
Right.
in a committed relationship with the soulmate, and they're fine with it. The twin flame came, they did what they had to do, they did their spark, and then they know this, and they're fine with it. You know, and it's just a matter, the more you start to connect with your own self in who you are, the more that you're going to start recognizing your own truth and what resonates with you.
Right.
The external stuff, that's all cool, you know, and sometimes we get this little confirmation and things outside of us, but what really matters is us going within ourselves. We have our own universe in here, we have our own guides,
Yep.
and that's what you listen to. What resonates with you. Like my 9-year-old outside was doing a whole meditation today.
Yeah.
Man, we need to catch up with
Yeah.
them, these kids. She out here meeting with her spirit guides in
Doing-
meditation,
Doing shadow work.
doing shadow work at 9 years old. Like, I was blown away when she came out of that meditation and she told me what happened in the meditation and the whole process and what she did. I didn't even know what to say. I was like, well, I'll be damned. And you know, she was connecting with herself at 9 years old,
Yep.
knowing who she is, not liking certain parts about herself, having different types of stuff going on the inside and trying to make sense of it and trying to heal whatever she, maybe past lives, I don't know. But she knows that she needs to go within, and her answers are in there.
Yep.
So if not, 9-year-old could know, guys. We could know too.
Yep. 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 And so we got our first request for a card reading. What did someone just say? Thank you. It's all about knowing the power of your own self. I
Yes.
struggle with letting go of romantic possibilities with my twin flame, but I know I gotta go all in self-love.
Yes.
Yes.
Self-love. That's it. That is it. And that's all that. You know what? With the client that we did today, what was so amazing about her journey is that she started doing her own work of self-love and evolving, taking care of herself. And as her vibration was rising, and as it was growing, she started attracting love. And she wasn't even looking for it. But because she was rising and she was indulging in good things and nurturing her soul and nurturing herself, it just automatically happens, because you literally will attract what you are. And that's the bottom line. It will just, it's like we have a magnet. Never forget that we have a magnetic field outside of us. You can't see it. Like, you have a magnet, you hold a magnet up, you're not going to see the magnetic field that's around it. But when you take another magnet and you feel that pull from that magnet, but just because you can't see it, it doesn't mean that it's not there. And we have that same magnetic field that's outside of us. And so whatever is outside of us, we will attract that naturally.
Right. Yep. So we have our first card reading. This looks like a new person. I don't remember
we got a
seeing this
new
name.
person?
Is that
Denitra?
Yeah, Denitra.
What's up, girl?
Denitra, if you are on the live, definitely drop a comment. Let us know that you are here so that we can provide you with your reading. Let's see. Angie, hey, Kristen.
Oh, Angie, how are you, sweetheart?
It's good to see you again, Angie.
Good to see you.
All right, true. Let's see. I'm in the journey now, and it's been hard alone trying
Yeah,
to
it is
explain
hard.
it to people who don't get it to make.
Going back to that thing.
it
Yeah.
easy. Yeah, and you know that raises another topic. We're just waiting right now for Denitra to just drop a comment to let us know that she's on the video before we pull this card. But one thing that we talked about on this session that we did with the client today is that going on this journey can be lonely. Okay, and that's something that we have to, in a sense, accept going into it, because even though there are a lot of people that are quote unquote woke, I mean like for real woke, that understand that we're in this dream kind of woke,
Yeah.
they're scattered all over the place. So there's nobody in a lot of instances where you can just reach out and touch and talk to. And the human nature is one that okay, the nature is here. The human nature is one that we yearn to have a human connection.
Yeah.
And sometimes we can be so blinded by that human connection that we kind of put things on hold so that we can have somebody else say, oh yeah, I'm doing it too. Oh yeah, I'm doing it. Yeah, oh, I'm doing it. Like, okay, so I got enough people that's doing it. Now I can go in and actually do this work that I'm supposed to be doing.
Yes.
When you have to really build up that courage in the beginning to decide to go ahead and get into it before anybody else does, because it's for you, it's not for them.
Right.
So I'm gonna say that, and I'm gonna get into it. But go ahead and pull the card for Denitra, and thank you, Tyler, for the belated birthday.
Oh, you guys are so sweet. And if everybody could just put a small like on the video, just hit the X for the
Give us that thumbs up if this information is helpful.
for the comments, and just hit a small like on the video for us, please. It really does help with YouTube. So that YouTube could know that we're helping. They might not want us to help in certain ways, but hey. But if just a small like on the video, we really appreciate it. So Deidre, I'm pulling your card, getting permission from your higher self, of course, to get you some information that you're going to need on today. So let's see what we got for Denitra. Okay, what we got for you today, and we have wisdom. Okay, we have wisdom, and we have we have the 7 of earth along with wisdom. So you see how the chakras are aligned right there. Might be time for you to start doing some meditation and getting in connection with yourself.
Getting out into earth. Spring is coming here,
Spring
so
is
there's
coming.
no reason why people can't be getting out and connecting with Mother Earth right now.
And then we have emotion and intellect. Balancing the two, emotion and intellect. Okay? Now, as far as wisdom, this is a really good card. Knowledge and wisdom. So having knowledge is not just enough, right? When it comes to wisdom, having the knowledge, wisdom is the proper execution of knowledge, right? So when it comes to the wisdom card, it says you are here to become wise. That's what your soul journey is.
She said just call her D.
Oh wow, D.
All
So
right, D.
D, you're here to be wise. Okay, that's why you're here on planet Earth for right now. And again, like it says, knowledge. Not only knowledge doesn't make you wise. Just having knowledge is not enough. You know, having wisdom is learning from your past mistakes and applying that as you proceed in life. Learning from your mistakes so you're not keep repeating the same thing. Apply knowledge, logic, and common sense in certain situations. It says we don't only learn from books. Like that's one way, right? When you think of a book, that's somebody else's information or intel that they pull in that you're reading. So that's not the only way that we learn.
Right.
You know, seek to your elders, because elders, they have a lot to teach us. Okay, and also our ancestors. It says time to break a cycle. So, you know, we were just talking about breaking cycles today. If you notice that there is a cycle in your lineage, it might be time to break it, or even in your own life, it might be time to break a cycle. Whatever that cycle is, if it's not helping your highest and greatest good. It says wisdom is understanding, and wisdom is loving the whole, not just parts of it, the whole thing. And know and love your shadow. So we all have shadow aspects of ourselves that we try to stay away from, but those are parts of ourselves that needs love also. Okay? And you have a lot of potential within you. It's time to tap into those untouched potential. It says the road ahead leads to many destinations, right? Now, when it comes to the 7 of earth, it's right, get into nature. It's springtime is almost here. It says, get into nature and let the earth heal you, and connection between self and the world. It says all is connected and has influence. Address whatever stress that you're dealing with right now. Meditate and still your mind. Pull down the tech, put down the tech toys. So, you know, we love our phones. You know, this is a time when we're in love with the phones and the techie stuff. It's time to like just let it rest for a bit and get out into nature. Okay, and time to physically interact and connect. So physically interact and connect with people around you. All right, 11 of water. It says influence of emotional disharmony. Both love and fear motivates you, right? And it also says you have to ask yourself, which force is more dominant in my life right now? Is it fear or is it love? Those are questions that you got to ask yourself, and only you would know the answers to this. And it says unvoiced emotions must be expressed. So don't suppress things, don't hold it inside. Release it. You know, you have to find ways to release it in a healthy and in a balanced way. So whatever imbalances that's going on, you have to try to address it in a healthy way, of course. And understand that when you suppress your emotions, that's a way of creating dis-ease in the body. And seek a productive means of releasing those emotions that are inside of you. And be productive and mindful of your emotions. Because emotions are just energy in motion within our body. And when we start to understand these emotions and we start to understand how these energy works, when we start to understand the planetary, the alignments, the cycles and the seasons of nature, then we can align with it instead of going against it.
Right. Which is so key. And you know, I'm glad that you pulled that card about the Earth one. This one right here. And I just want to speak on this as a collective right now when it comes to connecting with Mother Gaia. Because right now, the way technology is going is that technology is getting to a point where what's being shown to you externally is more entertaining than what's going on the inside of you, which is causing a disconnection to yourself. It's also causing a disconnection to Mother Earth. So it's time for us to really start taking our power back and really connecting with ourselves and finding more fulfillment in ourselves than exterior things. And you know, and that's a conflicting thing for myself, and once again, Salma is up next.
Oh,
as far
Salma,
as pulling the card. But one of the things that's kind of conflicting for me as a graphic designer, and knowing and having this knowledge of knowing that promoting the social media content and media is really pulling away from us connecting with ourselves. So sometimes I really struggle back and forth with that, and trying to make sure that the content that I put out at least is one that's going to really help in getting people to their greatest and highest good.
Yeah.
But it's really important for us to get back out into nature, connected with Mother Earth. Spring is right around the corner, so there is no excuse for you to just go out there, take your shoes off, take your socks off, put your feet on the earth, and really feel into that vibration. And that's just my little point that I wanted to add in there.
Beautiful point. All right, so Salma, you're next, my love. Let's see what your higher self, what messages your higher self have for you on today, Salma. Let's see. And I have some crystal cards that I have, and I'm going to start using the crystal cards to kind of confirm the messages that come through on these cards also. I used to use those crystal cards before these, and so I'm going to start bringing those out too and use them with these cards. All right, Selma, so let's see what messages your higher self have for you on today. Okay, so we have the Three of Water. Three of Water. All right. All right, Selma. And we have Queen of Fire. I like this card, the Queen of Fire. So we got some fiery stuff going on, Selma. Queen of Fire. Okay, what other message do you have for Selma on today? And Selma, we have the two of air. Okay, so we have the two of air, and we have the two. So you have air, water, and fire on today, Selma. So we have, let's start out with the three of water, because that's the first one that came up. So the three of water, Selma, celebrate your victories, take satisfaction from your endeavors. So whatever work that you've been putting in, it seems like you're reaping some type of reward right now. So go ahead and enjoy it. Or if not, it should be coming soon. It says a rewarding outcome is ahead. You have a really good future ahead of you. Just make sure you're not setting unrealistic expectations, okay? And sometimes you just want to allow the outcome to manifest freely, especially if you've already put in the work. It says your success will continue, so you have some good times ahead. Okay, so the three of water represents satisfaction, and it indicates that you have come to a time to rejoice in your life of your success. So this is a wonderful card. And Queen of Fire, it says that this is a time for you to be optimistic and enthusiastic. So it goes right along with that card. It says engage and stimulate all your senses, and give your full attention to whatever you're doing. Make sure you're being focused and you're being confident. It looks like this is your season, which is coming right around with spring, so it will go together. Take pleasure in life, enjoy life, and don't second guess yourself, okay? Believe in yourself, don't doubt yourself. Hold your head up and don't worry about other people. Don't let them bring out the petty committee in you. You have to remember that the Queen of Fire represents a strong and powerful woman, which you are, okay? And the Two of Air is reminding you of this matrix,
Duality.
It's a duality, right? The poles exist here on planet Earth. Just a nice reminder in knowing that everything has its opposites, and reminding you that duality divides and it separates. That's the whole purpose of having the poles. Polarity unites and integrates. When you create, you also destroy. Keep that in mind, okay? The poles. And also embrace an open mind. When we open up to the universe, again, the universe opens up to us. Know that nothing is really ever black or white. There is a gray area in all cases. And it says a choice between dichotomy and integration. Sometimes both parties can be right. Pretty crazy, huh? So, and this can happen in a case where, you have your perspective and someone else have their perspective. So they could be right, just like you could be right, because you both are looking at things from two different angles. From two different perspectives. So it doesn't necessarily mean that you're right or the other person is wrong, okay? It says the Two of Air represents both duality and polarity, and the theory that everything in creation has its opposites. And that's one of the 7 Hermetic principles, in understanding that there is polarity in pretty much everything in this matrix. Right? Now, and we mentioned this in the video a while back about, when we ascending. On our journey towards ascension, towards uplifting ourselves and raising our vibrations, you really want to be mindful of that. While you're ascending, make sure you're expanding also, so you have that support. And it's really important that when you start rising your vibrations and you really start doing things to nurture yourself so that you can grow and stuff like that, have your soul growth, that you make wise decisions. You use your discernment. Know when it's time to let go and when it's time to move on. Because what you're gonna notice is if you're raising your vibrations, you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, you get to a point where you feel pretty good about yourself, and that there are toxic people around, or you have a toxic individual around who just refuse to do any type of growth and expansion. Right? And you continue to stay around that person, what's going to happen is eventually, you're really going to start, your vibration is going to start shifting.
Right.
And so you got to remember, as above, so below. So most people think that when they do their work and stuff like that, even if they do a little slacker, they're just going to come back to where they started. No, baby. The poles, you're going to have to meet the poles. It's the poles.
Yep.
Because the reason why you're not going to be here and you're going to be here is because you're going to be holding yourself accountable because you know where you could be. And this is kind of what they call, if you want to say, like depression. People sink because they know where their potential is. That your potential versus the way you're at. Right? I hope that made sense. I try to explain it as best as I can.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's your wonderful reading, my beautiful Selma.
So next we have Tyler.
Beautiful Tyler.
Clearing this energy, as you can see, clearing the energy.
Yeah, we always want to have the energy clear.
Yes.
To make sure the messages are coming through like how they're supposed to.
Oh, that sage burning. Good.
So Selma, make sure you celebrate your goodness, because I know you're experiencing some goodness. If not, you're about to. I feel like you are, though. All right, so Tyler, my beautiful, wonderful Tyler, let's get you some cards from your higher self. Get you a message from your higher self on today. See what messages come in for you, Tyler. What you would need.
Okay. Yeah, Marshawn said it was buffering. If y'all can let us know, because I was just looking at that because I noticed how things kind of slowed off, but I'm looking at the connection and it's saying that it's good.
Are we buffering, guys?
Yeah, y'all let us know if we're coming in loud and clear, that there's no buffering and things like that. Just give us a thumbs up or a yes or something of that nature to let us know that we're still coming in clear.
She said, oh. All right, Tyler, let me get your reading for you, Tyler. And here we go. Ooh, Tyler. So we have Destiny. You better. Look at you, Tyler. Girl, Tyler, you here? Because remember the last time you disappeared on us. Let me make sure she's here first before I move forward. Tyler, Marshawn said we buffering?
Not anymore.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, Tyler, if you're still on the video,
Tyler, are you here?
Yeah, just drop a comment, let us know.
Drop a comment. Because I know the last time she sure disappeared.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And we have the 12 of Earth. Okay? We got the 12 of Earth. Is she here? I'm not seeing Tyler. Oh boy, is she here? The 12 of Earth. Isn't that cool? We got 12 views and 12 likes, and we got the 12 of Earth. So this stuff is important, Tyler. Where are you?
Let me see.
Ooh, and we have the duality card too for you, Tyler. So you got duality and you got destiny.
What was that, 2 of air?
Yeah, that's the 2 of air. And then we have 12 of Earth. Is she not here? I'll be so sad if she's not here again. Tyler, you here?
Tyler, drop a comment.
Oh my gosh. Did she leave again? Okay, so Tyler, the first card that came out for you was Destiny. And I think that goes hand in hand. Like, your destiny is to become whole and connected, like everyone else, right? Your destiny is to lead a life with meaning and purpose. Step inside and explore heart and mind. Discover your gifts and talents, Tyler. Okay? It says a sense of purpose and confidence. Ancestral healing may be required. Break the chain. Remember your dreams, Tyler. Okay? I know you got some big dreams. Don't forget about your dreams. And you have to make sure that you ask yourself, what are your strengths and what are your weaknesses? And be honest about it. Sometimes the most important destiny remains hidden, okay? And your destiny may influence generations to come, which I know that for a fact.
Yeah, especially with the music and
right,
everything.
Okay? You look at Michael Jackson. He's been gone 10 years, but we still listen to his music. It says, overcome the trials and obstacles, all right? And that's for your destiny card. It says the destiny cards represent the 8 reasons for being, right? We all have a destiny. So embrace your destiny. Your destiny is twofold. You have a universal destiny and a personal destiny. Always remember that. It says your universal destiny is to become whole and connect, to find your center, to overcome all that destroys your peace, to face your fears, let go of hurt, and love yourself and your life with unreserved delight. So don't let anything distract you from that love for self. Okay? And you also have a personal destiny, and that destiny involves seeking and following your bliss. And we know what that bliss is. So go ahead and follow it, Tyler. The next one is the 12 of Earth. It says, so you have service to a higher purpose. Beautiful. Loyalty to authority. I guess you're here to speak for others, which is beautiful. You can do that through your music. It says, check to see if your power is real or borrowed, and follow the rules or directions given. Use personal power wisely. So it looks like you're going to be coming into some kind of power, Tyler. You want to make sure that you use that power wisely.
Yeah, and just real quick, just you mentioned that about the original. What did you say about original? If it was hers or someone else's?
Yeah, it says, is your power real or borrowed?
Yeah.
So you got to, and with getting into the industry that you're in, we all know what's at the tippy top of that industry. So I think this is probably what this is, just as a forefront as to what can come out of it. You want to be very careful. You want to make sure you're asking questions. You're questioning everything.
Yeah.
Right? When you get up there with that power, make sure you're questioning everything, and know that blind loyalty makes one blind. Okay? Keep that in the forefront. And for the 2 of Air, just knowing that everything has its opposites, right? Everything has its opposites, and there is gray areas to everything, and sometimes keeping in mind that 2 parties can be right, depending on their perspective and their outlook, right? It says the 2 of Air represents both duality and polarity, and the theory that everything in creation has its opposites. 7 Hermetic principles. As above, so below, as within, so without. Right? And so, Tyler, I think you left because I don't see that you're chiming in. Don't see you. But if you're logging in now, she did it again. I can't believe she did it again. This is the second time she left.
Yeah. Yeah, so Tyler, if you're watching this in the replay, I just sent you a message on Instagram to let you know that your reading started somewhere around the 57-minute mark on this video.
Oh, boy.
So hopefully you've had a chance to go back and see this. We don't know what happened. She may have lost reception.
We don't know. But just know that your destiny, you have a great future ahead of you. You will come into some power.
Oh, yeah, she said she had to go, so okay.
See, I figured that. Yeah. When you're looking again, because, time is linear, right? Or time is not linear. Make sure that when you come in touch with this power that you'll be given, that you use it wisely, right? And know that you have a personal and a universal destiny. And it's up to you to figure out those paths for yourself, okay? Much love to you. So sorry you had to go. But you watch it again. All right, so guys, that's our readings. I don't think we have anyone else that wanted a card pulled, but I think I'm going to start using my crystal cards. So moving forward, I think what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to start pulling 2 from this deck, and I'm going to start pulling 2 from my crystal deck.
That would be interesting.
Yeah, just to see the contrast between this and the crystal. The crystal deck is really good. I love the crystal deck. So that's what I'm going to be I'm going to probably start doing that the next live that we have. I'll do 2 from the dream deck and 2 from the crystal deck.
That'll be dope.
That'll be real dope.
That'll be dope. Oh, boy. All right, y'all. So hopefully, once again, this video was helpful for you. If it has been, give us that thumbs up.
Come on,
Let
guys.
us know that the information that was provided on this video was helpful for you. And just once again, just be aware of those snakes in suits that are out there. There are a lot of
Please.
people that are plotting and scheming, but trust your intuition. Look into
Yeah.
the patterns of dealing with this individual
Mm-hmm.
to know whether or not they're serving your greatest and highest good.
Yes.
And we really hope that these card readings for everybody that was done was helpful for you.
Yeah.
And also, don't forget that we do still have the contest going for the t-shirts.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, once the t-shirts come in, we
Yes.
will do our video in that t-shirt so that you can see what they look like and what you're going to be winning. The
Yes.
link is in on our Instagram page, so follow us on twinflame_unite on IG.
Yes.
And there's a link inside of the bio where you can click to enter a chance to win the shirt.
Yep.
And then there's also the link on our community page where you can go to the posting that we did for the contest, where you can click on the link in there to enter. So we're giving y'all options here. We're giving y'all options to win a free shirt.
Yeah.
One that's original drawing from Twin Flames Unite.
Nobody else have it.
Boy.
Completely original. It's just no one in this world. No one. You can go to Asia. You can go to Africa. Nobody has that shirt.
Yes. And for those of you all who would like to do a session with us, just like we did this session with this young lady today, and just a little quick hint, we over deliver on the time limits.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah, because some sessions, well, all of the sessions, sometimes we're not able to deliver what we need to in a half an hour.
Right.
So sometimes it does go over dependent on the individual.
But if you would like to book a session with us, the link is in the description of this video. If you just click, if you exit out of the live chat, or if you're watching this on the replay, just scroll down to the description part and you'll find the link where you can book a session with us. And also, if you follow us on IG, you click on the link in the video, you'll see the link to book a session as well.
Twinfinity, we've heard of Twinfinity. Also, inspiration to Hookah. Yes, well, I've seen them on Facebook. They're pretty cool. They're like an older couple. They share their journey, and they
Is that
have
the one with the interracial couple?
no.
Oh no, Twinfinity, Dove and
the other lady.
Yeah,
they're cool.
Yeah, they're dope. They
Yeah.
actually started to follow us
Yeah.
on Instagram
Yeah.
the other day. I was like, oh snap!
Yeah, they're really. I like them. I like them a lot.
They're pretty cool.
Yeah, Twinfinity is really cool. I like how they share their love letters on Facebook, and they share a lot on Facebook, like their early journey. Yeah, that's a nice twin flame couple.
Somebody asked who's the interracial couple. I can't remember their names
Can't remember
right off
their
the top of
names,
my
but
head.
they're pretty cool too.
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
Yeah.
Dang it.
I can't remember their names,
Yeah, I can't remember their names either. Let me see
but
if I
they
can.
pop up a lot. Like if you type in Twin Flames on YouTube, they'll pop up.
Let's see. Like another good one for Twin Flames is Golden Ray Twin Flames. It's an older gentleman that's on there, and he gives some real raw truth about Twin Flames.
Yeah, he is really raw, like super raw.
I can't think of the other people.
Somebody say their twin flame is white and they're black.
Hey, that happens.
Listen, this color stuff, guys, I'm telling you, and that's the thing on this journey. When you really start out awakening, I'm gonna give you guys a process right now of this awakening and how it usually goes for most people. When you start waking up, you start realizing.
Yeah, Lee and Cherie.
Lee and Cherie, that's it. Yep.
Lee and Cherie.
When you start waking up, you start realizing the injustice that's in this world. You know, you start realizing that they've been lying to me this whole time about these programs, these religions. This is all a lie. Then you start realizing that you know who the true colonizers were, and then you get mad. Then you go into that whole. If you're a person of, if you're melanated, you go into that whole phase where you don't like the colonizers because you know they're considered the code white. And then you're labeled the code black, and then you get kind of stuck in that stratosphere, that loop. That is a loop, mind you, to get stuck in that loop of accepting that code. Because when you look up those codes, black and white, they're considered criminals in the in the legal sense of those terminologies. So when you accept those codes, it's a whole program within that. That's just a tentacle of the octopus. The octopus is big and it's bad and it's got the brain. And while you fighting with one tentacle and trying to cut that tentacle off, which is racism, right? They're busy, and that tentacle is going to grow back anyhow. And then they got many other tentacles that they work in while you trying to get stuck on this tentacle with the racism. It's a lot when you start waking up. Then
Yes.
you if you don't get stuck in that loop, then you get to go beyond that loop, and then you start realizing what's beneath that. And it's so many levels to this shit, guys.
So many.
It's so many
So many
levels.
levels.
The shit, like I'm telling you, it gets really real, it gets raw, and it gets really, really deep.
Yes.
This matrix is not a joke. It is, and it's not.
It's
You get so
one and the
mad,
same.
like when you get to a certain level of your awakening, it's like you go from being first you kind of confused. Then after the confusion, you kind of you think you're getting clarity, right? Then you get mad, you live it. Then you want to go and tell everybody. Then now you start looking like the one that's crazy. You know, everybody start looking like, oh, she crazy. She just went off the rocket. Like, you know, you go through that phase where you ain't got no friends. Everybody mad at you. You know, you start cussing out this one. And, you know, it's different phases to the awakening.
Yeah.
Just don't get stuck in those phases, because if you get stuck in either one of those phases, then you're stuck in a loop.
Yep.
You just want to continuously grow and continuously expand. Don't ever get stuck in a loop.
No, don't do it. Don't do it. Well, that's it for us tonight, y'all. We know a lot of people got to get up and go to work in the morning, so we want to make sure that y'all get your rest. We want to thank y'all so much for tuning in to
Yes.
Twin Flames Unite. And if you haven't subscribed yet, what you waiting on?
What you waiting for? Hit that subscribe
Hit
button.
that subscribe button.
And don't forget to follow us on IG, because we're gonna try starting to do more lives and stuff on IG. Because we do a lot on YouTube, but we do need to do more on IG. And so follow us on IG, twinflame_unite.
Yes.
Sending you guys lots and lots of love and appreciation. Thank you for helping us to get to 5,000 subscribers. We're definitely looking to grow to 10,000 and beyond, you know, to continuously to uplift and to get more messages across
Yes.
to our spiritual community.
Yep.
Love you guys so much. Thank you for the donations today. I hope that what we said in the reading and whatever what transpired today, it was definitely helpful for you. And again, if you want to book a session with us, the link is in the description. If you would like to have a full card reading, or if you want to do a session, we do blockages, help to uncover blockages, you know, trauma, etc. It's different sessions that we do offer.
Yeah.
Don't forget to enter to get that free giveaway, that shirt. And I think that's it, because last night I wanted to say thank you for the 5,000 subscribers, but I forgot. I was so tired.
Yeah. Yep. But it's all good. It's all good. So we love y'all. Enjoy your evening. Get
Yes.
some rest. We love y'all.
Love you guys. Peace.
Peace.